Yeah. Yeah. Shit out there, we like to party. Listen up, yeah, it's time to start.
Hey guys, I know all of us beauty lovers have been going crazy over the Sephora VIB sale. It happens twice a year, and right now it is happening in a Sephora near you. So if you didn't know, if somehow you were under a rock, get thee to Sephora. You can get anywhere between 15 and 20% off depending on your VIB status, and it lasts through Wednesday the 15th. VIB Rouge can get 20% off. I think you get that if you're signed up through their loyalty program and you spend a certain amount. I think it's over $1,000 every year. You get 20% off, and then VIB or Beauty Insiders, you get 15% off. What's different this year is VIB Rouge can basically shop their 20% off through the whole thing, which is super helpful because I always forget things. I make a list, I go in, and then I go, oh, I should really replenish that thing. But without further ado, I wanted to make this video, get it uploaded so that you could see what I bought, and perhaps if you need inspiration on things that work for me, for you to pick up during the sale, then you could have that. First of all, programming note, I started doing the weekly outfit roundups. I'm loving doing those. I was really sick this week, so I was out of work. I went to work one day this week, and so there will be no outfit roundup, but maybe I'll talk about what I have on today. So this is a recent purchase from Ann Taylor Loft. I shop there occasionally. I found their quality to be a little bit all over the place. But I was there recently and saw this, and I love a soft plaid shirt for the weekend, so I picked this up. I think I paid under $40 for this shirt, and it will get a lot of wear this season. I like the pattern. I like that it has pinks. I like that it's a fall pattern. I think it's a great addition to my wardrobe. I like that it has an open neck, and it's really a tunic length. I also have on black leggings and my knee-high Stuart Weitzman 50/50s. So I've no jewelry on today. I've got on some makeup, which I'll talk about in just a moment. So without further ado, let's get to the goodies. I managed to spend quite a bit of money during the sale, but I think I got things that are worth it. So we'll start with the biggies. So I did go ahead and get the T3 Whirl Trio curling iron styling wand with 3 interchangeable barrels. This was a big ticket item, and I've always wanted to try this. I've never seen reviews of how this particular product works on ethnic hair. So I will be using this and giving you guys a review and letting you know how it goes. But I'm very excited to use this. I've heard nothing but rave reviews from a lot of folks. I haven't heard a lot of folks of color opine on these. So I will do that for you. Look who is making an appearance in the video. It is my little puddin', Bailey Thomas, my daughter. Today she is going to get her hair done because we have a very special occasion on Wednesday, and that is her birthday. Yay! So we have a gorgeous birthday dress, and we have birthday shoes, and we're gonna have birthday hair starting today. Woohoo! Birthday crown. Okay, so she just wanted to say hi. She's gonna pop out so we can get back to the Sephora goodies. Say bye to everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Okay, go ahead, baby. All right, so back to this. So yes, these curling wands I will review. Another big ticket item, I'll put the prices before the 20% discount on the screen, just so you know. But another big ticket item, as you guys know, and I've talked about this before, I'm a huge fan of Tom Ford fragrances. And anytime you can get anything Tom Ford at any discount, I suggest you go for it if you're a fan. The stuff is pricey. The quality makes it worth it. And I do love Tom Ford's perfumes. So this is Champaka Absolute. This is, I would say, my signature fragrance. I just finished up my daytime fragrance, so it was time to get another one. And this is what I go for. This is what I'm wearing 95% of the time. I did switch out for the late summer, early fall, but I'm back to Champaka Absolute. I get a lot of compliments when I wear this. And so if you're with me and you're wondering what I smell like, it is this Champaka Absolute. This stuff is not cheap, but it also lasts all day. I did consider getting the Chanel Gabrielle fragrance or the Hermes Twilly fragrance, but I didn't have a chance to test them and I wasn't sure about their wear. And one of the things that I'm picky about is I'm going to need my fragrance to last all day because I'm not one to reapply. So this is one that I bought. It just smells incredible. It's just a wonderful daytime fragrance. Just to note, in case you're looking for an evening fragrance, I use tobacco vanilla, and I find it to be a very sexy tobacco vanilla-y, as indicated by the name fragrance, and I just love it. Okay, so that is that. Now we're going to move on to a little bit of skincare. I purchased this Lancer The Method polish, and I love this stuff. I was put onto this by watching 408 California 408's video, and she mentioned this as an exfoliant. I find most exfoliants that you get in the drugstore that are part of cleansers and stuff to be BS. There's a few little granules in there, and you might as well not have bought it. This stuff is the real deal. This is just, I wish I could say, let me just read you a little, bear with me because I hate it when people read on, but this is worth it. Pure minerals, plant enzymes, and a warming element make this polish a gentle skin resurfacing treatment. And that's exactly what I would call it, a skin resurfacing treatment. I have since expanded into using a lot of the Lancer line. So right now I also have the cleanser and the moisturizer, which I really like. And then I'm also using the lash serum, which I've got, you can tell I took my daughter to ballet today. She got a sticker and gave it to me. But not sure about the lash serum. I think I might try the Rodan and Fields and take that back to Sephora. This is an investment, but skincare is worth it. Your investment in your skincare is going to be worth it. I think that skin, of course, is one of the things that shows age the quickest. And so to the extent I've got my 20-year-old honeys watching, start to invest now. Maybe you can't afford Lancer, but there are also other skincare lines that you can start to really invest in your skin and build up until you can afford that. I do have a video coming up on my skincare routine, and I'll talk a little bit more about different price points and levels of skincare so that you can pick what works for you. Love this stuff. This is an investment. The next thing from a skincare perspective I bought is this Caudalie Vino Perfect. See the writing? Caudalie Vino Perfect serum. And I got this as a sample in, I think, a Nordstrom order. And I used it. It lasted me for about a week, and I loved it. This serum is so brightening. And basically what you do is you would wash your face. So you wash your face with your normal cleanser, pat it dry, and then you apply this serum, just a dropper full of serum to your skin. And I don't know what it does, but it instantly brightens your complexion, and it is just so lovely. So I do this, and then I definitely see a noticeable difference in my skin, and I love it. I highly recommend this. I was also in the market for another toner, and this one got really good reviews online. I shook it because it gets this really weird film at the top, but that doesn't bother me. This is also by Caudalie. This is called the Beauty Elixir. And so after I apply that serum, I mist my face, and it smells like you're just doing good things for your skin. The verdict is out on it. Again, I'm loving the Caudalie serum. I like the combination of the two. I was looking at it this morning after I did this routine, and I felt like my skin had a brightness and a glow. It smells like peppermint. The thing is, when you mist this stuff, make sure you wait a moment before you open your eyes, because it does sort of have that peppermint, and it can, sort of irritate your eyes a little bit. Nothing major. This is like a very, very minor thing, but you just want to wait for it to settle onto your skin. So I use this before I put on my moisturizer. You can also, this says, use this as a makeup setting spray, and the mist is just like, I hope you could see that. It's just so fine. So I'm going to set my makeup right now for you. There you go. I just love this stuff. It's good stuff. So I'm thinking this will become a holy grail product. And again, to get the Caudalie skincare line at a discount is a blessing. Next in the vein of skincare, I also needed a new under eye cream. And so I bought this one. by Belief. And I actually was using the Chanel under eye cream, which I liked, I didn't love, but I had to get through the whole bottle before I decided to do something else. And so I researched on Sephora, I went online, and this under eye balm had really excellent reviews from many, many people. So I figured I'd give it a try, and I do not regret doing so. It's so hard to explain. It just glides on so beautifully and so easily. It's very hydrating. Would I call it plumping? Not really, but it's just going to give your eyes that hydration, because I notice I'm in my 40s if you're new to my channel, but I've noticed that I'm starting to age, around my eyes. So kind of the creases around my eyes when I put on my eyeshadow, my eyelid's a little bit more crepey than it used to be, meaning that it's sort of the skin moves around. And so I'm really trying to extend the youthfulness of that area of my face as long as I possibly can. Just a skincare note, and I'll talk about this more on my skincare video. I do not get any sort of facial treatment, so I do not have Botox, I do not have fillers, I do not have lip injections. This is what my mama gave me, and so I'm trying to work with it for as long as I possibly can. And I believe that this is going to become a long-term beauty product for me. Also, Lancer, where this stuff has one as well that I might try, but it's also more expensive than this. So really loving this. This is the Belief Moisturizing Eye Balm. All right, so moving on to the world of makeup. So the first thing I'm going to talk about, which I'm really liking, is this Tarte Toasted palette. I've used this now a couple times, twice to be exact, and these are the shade ranges. They are not showing up on camera nearly as pigmented as they actually are in person, but they are lovely. If you want a basic shade of, not basic, because I would say it's beyond basic, but a palette of warm tones with some really good matte shades and some great glitter shades. This shade is the most beautiful brow bone shade. That's what I have on right now. I have this eye look on right now. I'm using, in my outer corner, I use this color, which is Fireside. For my highlighter shade, and probably every single time I do my makeup, I will use this shade called Sunrise. I used also this shade called Warmth right here in the crease. And I used Latte on my lid. So I really love this. This is an all-in-one palette as far as eyeshadow is concerned. This would be a lovely one to travel with. If this would be one that if you are warm skin toned or enjoy warm colors, this could be it. If you're a minimalist and just want one palette, I really truly believe this could be it, because you're just going to get such a wonderful shade range. I will say that I noticed that these are a little bit more powdery than typically I am used to with the Tarte eyeshadows. They're usually very creamy, and these have a little bit more, I wouldn't say fallout from your eye once you're putting it on, but as you're dipping your brush in, it's got, there's, I don't know how to describe it, but it's kind of powdery in the pan. So, but I highly recommend this palette. I'm so happy with it. I really had to pare down what I wanted from a makeup perspective, because I wouldn't say that I'm a minimalist as far as makeup is concerned, but I don't like to have a whole bunch of products just laying around that I don't use, because I pretty much have one go-to makeup look, maybe one or two, and that's all I'm going to do. But this would be great, again, for travel, for every day. So I have this along with my Kat Von D Shade and Light. That would be another great one to pick up during the sale. Although I will say for us colored girls, I will say that I don't know that I would buy the whole palette now that I think about that, because I only really use the far right side, which has all of the warm tones. It has shades very similar. It's got a nice dark brown, which might be similar to this. This is a little bit more red than that. No, that's not dark enough. It has a nice dark brown. It has a shade that's very similar to Warmth as a crease color. maybe a little bit deeper, and then it has a really great brown. And so I guess I use a third of the palette, but the quality of those shadows are amazing, and I know I'm going to have a great makeup day anytime I pick that up. I also have the Laura Mercier palette that I talked about not too long ago in a haul. So I don't have very many. Oh, and I have a Tarte palette that I travel with. So anyway, I don't want this video to get too long. I do recommend this Tarte lip palette, especially if you are a brown girl of color. If your skin is very deep, I don't know that I would recommend it because I just don't think that the shades are going to be as pigmented as you might need. I would say my complexion and maybe a couple of shades darker, moving into sort of the deeper tan colors, could really do this palette. Anything beyond that, I would not recommend. All right, so now moving on to one brush I wanted to invest in. I wanted a travel brush that I could apply my powder with. And so I picked up this Sephora brush. I've been eyeing it for a while. And this is just one of those that you can just, pop up or twist up the bristles. You can apply your makeup, twist it back, and put it back in your purse and be done. So this is just a great basic thing to always have with you, especially I'm not a big makeup reapplier. Once I put my makeup on in the morning, that is all. But sometimes, for example, now I would need to blot. I do blotting papers, or I might apply a little bit more powder to keep the shine down. All right, next items are items that are just holy grail items that I decided to pick up while they were on sale. The first, I've talked about this so many times, is the Tom Ford eyeliner. It's double-sided. One side has a thicker tip. Put that against my cheek so you can see. And the other side has a thinner tip. So you can get really, really precise with the line. This retails, I think, for $57, but this will last me 6 months. So this is the equivalent of, of $5, or sorry, $10. I can do math. It's what I do for a living. $10 a month of an investment. So please don't balk at the price. Just go out and get it. You will not regret it. And then as far as tight lining, I picked up the Aqua XL pencil by Makeup Forever, and I love this thing. I just recently tried this probably about a month ago, and I will never go back. I tight line underneath my top lashes, and I also apply this as a base liner before I put on this tattoo liner, and it's just so thick, not thick, it's just so true and black and matte, and I can, I do not get dressed in the morning without these things, so I picked them up. The next items, and I think that this is coming toward the end of the haul, are just some lip products. One of them I have on right now. All three of them are from Sephora, so I'll start with the two that are the same. So I wish I knew what these are called. I'll put the name of this product on the screen, but I love a good gloss, and so I bought two in some really gorgeous colors. This is a nice dupe for a Giorgio Armani one that I have. And then this is just a nice sort of pinky, berry brown sort of color. I have this on right now, and I just love it. It's got the doe foot applicator, and it's just so pretty. I just love it. This color is, Lord have mercy, number 20, Pomegranate Delirium. Didn't know it was called that. I think I paid attention to the name. And this one is number 30, and this is called Lady Luck. So Lady Luck wears Lady Luck. But I love these two colors. These are great basic everyday colors. This is the shade range that I tend to stay in, and I will get a lot of use out of these. These are also inexpensive and very high quality. If you are sleeping on Sephora's makeup line, please do not do that any longer. I have lovely eyeshadow shades that are high quality, very pigmented, last quite a bit, last very long, and do not have fallout. These are great and just as good as any other lip gloss. Then lastly, and I have not tried this, I bought a lip stain, and this is called Blackberry Sorbet, but I think this would be pretty with what I had on if I was just going for a more dramatic look. But it's a lip stain, and when I tried this on my hand, it was such a beautiful blackberry color. And then when I rinsed it off, or when I tried to wipe it off, it literally did not come off until the next day when I took a soapy shower. So this definitely will have some staying power. This is one that you could apply at the very beginning of your day. and it will slowly wear off into a beautiful stain on your lips. So with that, I hope that you enjoyed this Sephora haul. I will work to get this up on Saturday so that you can take a look at what I bought and see if you win anyway. And I thank you so much, as always, for tuning in. If you like my channel and you'd like to see more of these types of videos, please feel free to subscribe. If you like this particular video, give me a thumbs up by clicking that like button, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah. Yeah. Chicks out there would like to party. Listen up, yeah, it's time to start it. And I know you got it.